Good evening, Yankee fans. I'm sure everybody is real happy, huh? We got the sweep. We got 4 in a row. We are charging. And I don't want to hear who we played, who we didn't play. It doesn't matter. We are charging. Things are going well. I mean, there's a couple of things I think we could still use a little oomph to, but right now we're very happy. First of all, I want to, even though it's beyond my control, I want to apologize to each and one of my Yankee family here. We had no control. Spectrum, there was a fire and a electrical problem, and it knocked out most, if not all, of the island here in New York's power with internet, television, and phone. And mine didn't come back till almost 7 p.m. Eastern time. So it wasn't fair for me to say we were going to hold the second game here when we had absolutely no idea. But Ken from The Ugly Truth was incredible, and we can't thank him enough for taking it for us. And that was really awesome. So Ken, tip my hat to you. Evan did a very nice job of what I could hear. I was able to get some juice from my cousin who has a Verizon, so I was able to get the internet through that for a little while. But people are calling and my phone was dying. It was a mess. But thank you for understanding, everyone. I'm so sorry, but we do have good news. Tomorrow morning, please come to us at 8:30 because we're going to have former Super Bowl champion Howard Cross with us tomorrow, and he's going to give us some exciting news about his son, who was actually drafted today. So he's going to be definitely in a very, very good mood. And then at 2:00, our pregame show will start a little bit earlier because we're going to have former Yankee pitcher Sean Chacon on, and you guys can talk a little bit about that, ask your questions, a lot going on. And on Sunday morning at 8:30, we have former New York Yankee relief pitcher Kyle Farnsworth. This is all due to from Nitin on Sports Rush. He's the best. His team is the best. And we really appreciate everything. So there's a lot, everyone. But the one thing that hasn't changed is sub. We're getting close to 500, everyone. And you know what that means? We give away 3 prizes. Third place, second place, and first place is $100. Chris Bill. Come on. It's starting that we could smell the coffee now. So please tell your friends and family. And again, appreciate it. The ones with 40% that are watching every day and listening, but not coming over, come on, it's crunch time. Let's come over and subscribe, please. It means so much to the content, and we bring more and more and more and more here. So without any further ado, let's bring up our night co-host and my morning co-host. Let's see, there's Evan, play-by-play man. Good evening.
Good evening.
And there is Georgie, Budgie. How you doing, big guy? How's it going?
How we doing?
Great. Much better than 5 hours ago, I can tell you that much. So how's it going?
Yeah.
Good. Really good game today to watch. The offense definitely came to play today.
For sure.
Good game to call, Evan.
Great game. A lot of power, home runs, everything.
Yeah. I listened what I could listen to with what I could on the show, Evan, and it was the inning that you guys were calling the home run. So that was really
9-run inning. Yeah,
that was great. That was awesome. And of course, Volpe made out 2 times in 1 inning, which is
of course. What's new?
It might be time that maybe send them down for about a week till September 1st or something. I don't know.
They won't do that.
They know they won't. I know they won't. But it's always an option. I was reading this. Bryce says, breaking news: Volpe went to Joe's home and disconnected the whole Wi-Fi. Oh God, boy, guys, we're in it. So listen, let's dissect the game for people that like myself that didn't. I mean, I was reading things the last hour. So tell us all about it. Let's say Evan or George, take it first and let us know the highlights, the good points, the bad points. Tell us everything about this game and series. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this game was,
Evan,
I
take it.
think, everything we could have hoped for. Max Fried gave us everything that he could. He had a no-hitter through 5 innings. Unfortunately, allowed one run there in the sixth, but he bounced back pretty well. Overall, the offense was great. No Stanton in the lineup today. McMahon, first home run at home at Yankee Stadium. Ben Rice continues to mash baseballs. 3-for-3 game today before he made out a couple of times there, but that's all right. And, Aaron Judge even hit a home run today. That was great. But, the big thing that I was saying was the starting pitching has been great ever since the last game of the Red Sox series. We had Rodon, Schlittler, we had Heel. So it was really, really cool to see. And Max Fried had a great performance today. But I think overall, when you look at this team, you can say, all right, they beat up on the Nationals. That's great. But can they be consistent overall? Can they take 3 out of 4 or even sweep the White Sox? And then can they at least win 2 series or 3 series against the harder teams that we face in September? So overall, great series win. And yeah.
Okay, George.
I mean, this was a very good game, Joe. Trent Grisham started the game off with a home run, really looking good at that leadoff spot. I'll just go down the order. Ben Rice had a really good game, 3 hits, including a home run, was a big part production-wise to that win. And Judge looks better, Joe. He does look a lot better. He looked more comfortable at the dish. His timing was spot on. Hit a bomb today, added another hit to his name. And then probably my star of the game was Cody Bellinger. He went 3-for-4 with the homer, 0 strikeouts, only player in that lineup to have that feat today. No strikeouts, went 3-for-4 with a home run. A very productive day for Cody Bellinger. Jazz went hitless today, did not have his best stuff, a couple of strikeouts. I'm not going to get too mad at him because he has been performing at a high level these past few games, and I think he still is going through a little bit with the passing of his best friend. And, Jazz, big emotional guy, so it's good. It's good. I'm not going to get too hard on him. Dominguez looked pretty good actually today, too. 2 hits, a nice ground rule double that he had to drive in a run. Good to see that, especially from him making the most of his playing time. And then the guy that everyone's talking about in the chat, Anthony Volpe, could not figure it out today. The average now is down to 204. Really concerning stuff now from Anthony Volpe. I mean, if he drops below the Mendoza line, this is a serious problem. He's one of the only 2 people, the other one being Jazz, to not get a hit today. Volpe struck out twice, just did not look good at the plate, and that's going to be a problem. He was up with the bases loaded twice and didn't get the job done. Twice, Joe. Twice, and he couldn't get it done.
Yeah. Terrible.
After that, Austin Wells actually did get a homer today. Who else didn't? But, I mean, everyone got a homer today, it felt like. Pretty solid day for Wells. I'm not expecting too much from him. I think he needs to get hot and fast, but he can't get consistent. It's always a bomb into right field, but then the next 5 games, he's ice cold. And then rounding it out, Ryan McMahon had his big moment in Yankee Stadium, his first big hit besides that walk-off in against Tampa. But this was a bomb. I believe it was a 3-run to capitalize that 9-run inning. Good stuff from Ryan McMahon. I keep saying if he's going to give us league average hitting, which he is, the average is meh. It's at 216, but since he's a Yankee, I want to say it's probably around 240, that mark. And he's got 18 homers on the season. You're getting a solid bat, a league average bat from Ryan McMahon with arguably the best glove at third base. That is something I will take 7 out of 7 days of the week. Give me that every single day out of Ryan McMahon. All around a great team win. Max Fried looked really good, looking like he's putting his struggles behind him. Paul Blackburn was whatever, gave up a run in 2 innings of work, but really good game, really quality team game. Really took advantage of the Nats, and it was a good one to watch.
Thank you. Yeah, I very, very good to analyze this. And thanks so much. I want to just stress, Yankee girl, please, you got to stop saying you're sorry you're late. You're perfect. You're great. We love you here. You're never late. You're the best. All right. I hate that you think you don't put pressure on yourself. You're really good here. And we want to see you come up and talk to us. That is going to happen, especially when we have the panel, 3 girls against 3 guys. You can't disappoint me. I'm counting on you girls to win this. So by all means, if you have a question, anything, we love your dedication and thank you so much. And, I really, really appreciate it. Everyone that'd like to get in touch with us, you know how to do that. It's real easy. It's joeyankees28@gmail.com, joeyankees28@gmail.com. And that's to leave a question. If you're interested in coming up in future shows, if you have an idea, anything, we're your friends here. Guys, we're a family. We're more than friends. We're all a family here. So please don't hesitate. And the things that you've been writing have just to the heart has just been fantastic. And I really, really, really appreciate you all, each and every one of you, Michael, Richard, Yankee Girl, Katie, Celia, Ultra Cowboy, Charles. The list is endless and goes on. And, of course, George and Evan and every, T-Road, an amazing wording and paragraph you sent to me. Thank you so much. Joseph, the same thing. The list just goes on and on and on. I can't thank you guys enough. And we're in this road to see the Yankees win their 20th World Championship together. If it isn't this year, it'll be next year. But we're going to stay there tooth and nail to make sure. Can you imagine how wonderful it would be that this, what we are right now, the Yankees win the World Series? You can bet your bottom dollar we're all going to somehow get together and have the biggest party ever. I think that would be tremendous. And as the season winds down and we go into the winter, we're going to find a few ways where we all going to participate and get together. It would be a lot of fun, guys. It really would be. That's when you call we're a whole family. We're a whole family now. So getting back to the game, guys, Home Run City. Were there any runs without any home runs?
Yes. Jason
Okay.
Dominguez had a ground rule double, and he had a infield single.
Okay. Are we still souring on Dominguez, or are we going to give him a try?
I think see what happens.
Yes.
I've seen he's taking reps at first base, Joe. So
Yeah,
maybe,
what is that all about?
I think if they have a righty on the mound, they might be thinking about having Rice catch or maybe have Dominguez at first base, and you would rest Goldschmidt that day. Because obviously you have to play Goldschmidt when there's a lefty, but if there's a righty on the mound, they might want to put their A lineup out there, which includes Dominguez. He hits righties pretty well. He hits them a lot better than he hits lefties. So I think that could be an idea going forward. I don't mind it at all, having him take reps at first base.
Awesome. Yeah. How about Evan? How about you?
No.
You can be honest. Be honest.
It just seems like the typical Yankee thing to do. They try to cover up holes with guys that aren't used to playing that position. I would rather take Rice every day if Goldschmidt is sitting, but honestly, I would make probably Stanton DH at that point. Just let Dominguez play left field for now. Obviously, if Stanton needs to play right field, then I guess you could think about that, but not as of right now.
If we have a tough righty though on the mound, wouldn't you rather have Rice and Dominguez opposed to Wells and Goldie?
Yeah, definitely. I would have,
because that's because you're going to
catcher.
need to probably play Cody. You're going to play Grisham. You're not taking Stanton out of the lineup. So I think if they have a tough righty, which they probably will see eventually, a guy like Hunter Brown maybe might cross their path within the next few series. If we have that kind of guy, up, that might be the lineup they want to throw out there. Someone who can hammer a righty, because Goldschmidt hasn't been great against righties. Austin Wells hasn't been great against anybody this season. So I think that could be a mindset.
It's fine. Yeah, I agree with you guys. I just feel I still have a soft heart for Dominguez. I still think that he's definitely gonna be part of this team. Again, it all revolves around what they're going to do with Belly and Grisham and all of that. The odds on paper that they're going to keep one, but they're not going to keep them both. And let's face it, every home run Grisham hits, it's one more million to his repertoire for next year. This isn't a fluke. He's going to play center field for somebody. There's no question about it. And I think if the Yankees were smart, because there's no way he's going to take a qualifying offer. So I believe if they were smart, give him the qualifying offer. Okay, if he takes it, great, we got him. If he doesn't, we get a good draft pick. That you can't lose. And I think next year's qualifying offer will be like $22 million. Say for 1 year, that's not a bad day's pay. It really isn't a bad day's pay, guys. I want to say hello to Yashin. Jake Boss, how you doing? Welcome back. Richard, Charles, Victor, how you doing, Victor? We haven't seen Jake and Victor up on the screen, so let's put them up. Jake, Yanks love playing guys out of position. I'm not a big fan of it. Neither am I, Jake. Neither am I. But right now, I guess they could afford to do it. I mean, I don't want to put these other teams down. I'm sorry, because you can win or lose at any given day. But they for some reason they love doing that, and I just hope it doesn't kick them in the pants one day. And Victor, Victor, how you doing, Victor? Dominguez can't catch a fly back. He's going to catch something. Volpe throws the first. I'll pass on that. Next, okay. My fear. This is my fear with Dominguez. We trade him, and we're going to see him be a superstar and a real good all-star for somebody else. And then we're going to knock ourselves on the head and say, oh, my God, we had him. I am tired. I am tired of doing that year after year after year after year. And isn't it enough Fred McGriff? Isn't it enough Jay Buhner, Mike Lowell, Willie McGee? These are some of the guys. Some guys you guys may not know because you're quite young. But let me tell you, it hurts. It hurts. The people that they traded, and not to mention pitching and all kinds of stuff. So there's a lot. There is a lot. Now you could say, well, what about Chapman? No, I listen. Whatever he's doing, kudos to him. He was not going to be a Yankee. He just that ship sailed, and they got rid of him at the right time. Whatever he's doing now, it could be just a flash in the pan. I don't know. He's just having a very, very good year. Let's go to Ken. Hey, Ken. Again, Ken, thank you so much for doing everything that you did for us, the promotion, the taking over of the games for us, and inviting us into your house as always. And you're always, always welcome in our house. It's all of us. We're a team effort. This isn't true, Joe. With qualifying offer, we lost free agent Soto and received the 4th round draft pick as comp. Okay, but I don't know. I don't know if is it a different type of situation? If you have a guy already under, for about 2 years before, maybe it was just a 1 year thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't remember how that all works. I mean, you're probably right, but we still got a draft pick. It's better than nothing.
I'm okay with trading Dominguez for the right package. I'll be honest with you. I'm very okay with it. There's too many holes.
All right, so
or not holes. There's too many blocks.
Interrupt, but what kind of a what would satisfy you for a Dominguez?
I mean, the move I see, the move that would make me happy. It's for Skeens. It's crazy, It's a lot to ask. It's a crazy idea, but it's the one I think they would package him and Jones together for Skeens. I think they might move one of the two this offseason, Joe. If they don't do anything this postseason, they're having problems, Joe. Like stuff's hitting the fan if they don't do anything because they know deep down they have a shot at wasting Judge's prime. They have a shot at wasting Cole, at wasting Freed, at wasting Rodon, at wasting Stanton for not getting them a ring. They have a real shot at that, and I think they know that. They don't want Judge to be the second captain alongside Dom Mattingly to not win a ring. They want this team to win something, or it's just going to be you signed all these guys for nothing. That's what it's going to come down to. It's eating them alive, Joe, I bet. Behind closed doors, they're losing it. I'm sure they are. They have people say all the time, Aaron Judge is not going to hit a ring. Not going to get a ring. And if they don't, if that's the reality that they're staring at, they're going to make a bombshell move, a move that moves the needle and puts them at the dominant front. And like Jonathan said, Skeens is the only pitcher they would trade Jones for. They said themselves, Brian Cashman said that is the only player he would trade Spencer Jones for. Now, is there a reality where you possibly bring a guy like Trent Grisham back to the Bronx, and then you maybe target a guy like Murakami, you target a guy like Kyle Tucker even, and then you make that big trade for Skeens because you're giving away two of your best young outfielders in Dominguez and Jones. If you trade them, they're not going to be on your opening day roster. You bring back maybe Trent Grisham, and then maybe you sign a big free agent like Murakami or a Kyle Tucker. And I feel like the Pirates might be willing to move Paul Skeens, and I'll tell you why. They have a solid rotation without him. They have Bubba Chandler, who has been the number one pitching prospect in all of baseball. He's up now. He reminds everyone about Paul Skeens. Look at a picture of him. He even looks like the guy. He throws the same way. His stuff is pretty similar. And then they also have Jared Jones coming off Tommy John next year, so he'll be back, who's the most underrated pitcher in baseball, in my opinion. Really good guy. They have Mitch Keller, and they're going to have, I feel like I'm missing someone too, who's on that pitching staff.
They have a young guy named Oviedo.
Yes.
He's good.
They have him coming too, but what don't they have? They don't have offense, the Pirates. If they want to build a competitive team for the future, that might be the package they're willing to take a look at. Is it unrealistic? Yes, 100%. There's probably a 10% chance this happens. But if you dig into it, it is reasonable for both sides. If the Pirates are knee-deep in pitching, they have all these young arms and a few vets that could really hold their own in a rotation, and they have little to none offense, and we're giving them Spencer Jones and Dominguez. Could they possibly give us Skeens? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm also not saying it's the worst idea in the world.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't do it. No, not be. If the Yankees weren't going to go in next year with a very good staff, I would say okay. But George, let's face it, that our Yankee pitching staff next year is going to be very, very good.
Someone
how much is too much? And
someone
you need
always
hitting.
gets hurt.
Someone's
always going to get hurt in the rotation.
Right.
Always.
But
you're having Cole coming off Tommy John. I assume he'll be fine, but we assumed him to be our ace this year. That's what we thought this team would be. We thought the rotation would be headlined with Cole, with Freed, with Rodon, with Heel. We didn't even expect Rodon to be this good. We expected Heel to hold down that third spot, and he didn't come back till after the All-Star break. With pitching, you can never be sure. Maybe you ship a guy off like possibly Luis Heel. I know they've talked about trading him at times, so maybe you send him off.
I would do. Now that I would do.
You get something else. You're not just getting Skeens then. We're talking about something else. Maybe Cashman's favorite thing in the world, a cash consideration too. You add to Paul Skeens. You open up a spot because you're keeping Cam Schindler. He is the future. He is a fantastic pitcher. Cole is leading the squad, so you're going to go Cole if you get Skeens, this is a big if, but if you do have that, you do make that trade, Joe. You're gonna go Cole, Skeens, Freed, Rodon, and then Schlidler. You could send away Will Warren for all I care. If we have those five, yeah, it sounds a little rude,
I would
but
do it. Yeah.
if you have those five, that's the best rotation in baseball history. And then your offense is
But
fine.
I was just gonna say, well, let's talk offense now.
It's
What do we
fine.
do? All right, let's talk.
It's a very similar offense to this year. And this year, as much as down bad as we've been with this team, as much struggles we've had, this team scores runs, Joe. This team gives us runs. This team battles. Maybe explore options with Anthony Volpe too. See what you can maybe ship away for him. But you're going to have Judge back. You're going to have a full year of Giancarlo Stanton too. Fingers crossed, because that's always a coin flip. But you have a full year of him. You're going to re-sign Cody Bellinger. That's your number one priority. Before you even talk about Paul Skeens, re-sign Cody Bellinger. Before you even vision Paul Skeens, re-sign Cody Bellinger. You're probably going to bring back Trent Grisham, and I kind of like the idea of bringing in Murakami. Give us something new. Give us a new feel. I know he's a question mark, a little bit of a question mark, but Jack Curry said himself, the best kept secret in all of baseball is that Brian Cashman is heavy into Murakami, and Murakami, his number one team, is the New York Yankees. It's not the Dodgers. It's actually the New York Yankees. He grew up a Hideki Matsui fanatic. So,
can George, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. I've been going on for a while.
Reissue his stats. Could you pull them up?
Yes. I do think he's missed a little bit of time.
No, he has missed. I know, but you got to sell me on this guy.
I will.
Because I'm afraid of the strikeouts, and I'm so sick of strikeouts. I really am.
All right. For starters, he's only 25, so that's always a good thing to hear. So you want strike? I haven't dug too deep into this guy, but I mean, here's the thing, Joe. It's weird, his strikeout to walk ratio. He gives you strikeouts, but he also gives you a lot of walks. He's walking and striking out a ton. It's actually kind of crazy, the comparison. Like, we have seasons with 128 strikeouts and 118 walks in the same season, which is something I'm not used to seeing. But his big selling point is the power. These are just home run numbers: 36, 28, 39, 56, 31, 33. That's the power you're getting. A middle of the lineup guy.
He's been playing since he was 18.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's a pure left-handed hitter, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so
wouldn't mind that.
Would you lead? All right, let me ask you something. Would you lead him off?
No.
I mean, hey, in this alternate reality we're re-signing Trent Grisham. So he's been a solid guy. Or even, I've never hated the idea of leading off Ben Rice. Or
I see Bellinger as a perfect leadoff hitter. I honestly do. But are they going to sign him? I don't know.
I mean, if you do get Murakami and Bellinger, you're going to have the monster that Bellinger's been this season in the middle of the order, driving in the runs, which would be Murakami. So you can maybe put Bellinger. Or do you explore other options at shortstop? And you look for a leadoff hitter, possibly. I haven't done too much digging, but there could be guys available. There could be guys like Nico Horner, who you could possibly make a move for, who could play some shortstop, who is a leadoff hitter. That's something you could do. And this is a big if. These are big ifs, but the bottom line is Judge is getting up there in age. Cole is, Freed is. It sucks to say, but Brian Cashman is head spent on getting these guys rings. He wants them to hoist up that World Series trophy with all the confetti falling down, and he wants to say to himself, I got Judge a ring. This was a dynasty, and we succeeded, which they haven't been able to say. Well,
they haven't been able to say it for a reason. They always had they they go for certain things and then leave other departments open. There's, like I
What do you mean
said
by
in the
that?
earlier show, the problem is that they always have holes going into April, May, and June. And
That's
then they
true.
wait till July 31st to try to fill it when it's a little bit, the guys got to get assembled with the team. The guys got to do. Why can't they just try to do it in the off season for once? Fill
This
a
could be
hole
the
that you
off-season.
really, really have to. Everybody's a free agent. Sit down, look everything over, and then see what happens. I want to get to Richard's question. Joe, please answer this question. How does a manager keep out the hottest hitter in today's game and start the coldest at the top? If they had lost, all hell would have broken loose. What do you think about that, guys?
Yeah.
I don't know if they wanted to play Stanton again in right field for more than 2 consecutive days, but they could have put him at DH. But yet again, I mean, Judge is in the lineup at DH. So, but hey, I mean, we won the game, so there's really no complaints.
Well, this one is like, I just hope in 2026 Aaron Judge is still on the Yankees.
I think he will.
Yankee girl, you got a better chance of it snowing tonight that he's not going to be a Yankee. Are you kidding me? No, you never have to worry about that. He ain't going anywhere. I don't care if you offer schemes and half of Pittsburgh. It ain't happening. Don't worry. That's not going to happen. New people in here. Blue Jays overrated 1992. How you doing? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Don't forget to subscribe. And guys, I did get a couple of notifications here. We got a couple of new subscriptions. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Keep them coming. Keep them going, guys, as we get close and close and close to the big 500. Let's see. Let's go to, hey, here he is, Nick the Gamer. We were, I believe, 20 minutes away from hitting a 1 hour having a 1 hour inning. I had a blast watching this. Now let's get a sweep against the White Sox. Well, I agree with you, Nick, but we got to go, as I said, as we started this winning streak, inning by inning by inning by inning by inning. And that's how you go 7-0. And that's what we're going to do. I believe we are going to win. I mean, could be a little bit rougher. I don't know. Chicago, they do have a couple of injuries, a couple of the players that usually give the Yankees fits. But I do believe that they are going to the Yankees are going to win at least 3 out of 4 in that series.
Hopefully 4 out of 4. I don't think that's too unrealistic.
No, it's not. But, you play lesser teams, you don't know. Hey, Katie, welcome back to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see. Jake Boss. Judge is on the path to Monument Park. Well, he already made it. I mean, if nothing else, he's already made it. Let's see. A leadoff batter has to be a contact hitter with exceptional speed, so he could put the defense on edge. He has to be able to steal bases and turn singles into doubles. That's a leadoff hitter. Okay, Richard, but we got to find them first. I mean, you want to talk about filling the boxes? I like Cody Bellinger. I really do. He's got the speed. He's got the power. He can make it 1-0 like just in an instant. I mean, he can stretch a single into a double, and I just don't see why not. I really don't. Well, he's one. I mean, there's a guy on the Cardinals, of course, that we would love to have, but he would cost a pretty penny, and I don't think that's happening. I really don't. Wolverine Mendoza promised Met fans the team would turn it around. So far, so good. Well, they've played very well against the Phillies, that's for sure. So the Met. It's funny. The Mets play good. The Yankees play good. The Mets play bad. The Yankees aren't playing good. It's like it's nip and tuck this year. NTBG. How about getting a right-handed catch? That's what I've been saying. A right-handed catcher. Only 3 only team with 3 left-handed hitting catches and 4 DHs.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's dissect. Who can we get for the remaining of the year? The only one that makes sense to me is Travis Darnell. And he hasn't been the same. It's the only guy I can think of. You guys can think of anybody else?
Not at the moment.
Cody Bellinger is not a leadoff hitter. You need him to drive the ball and drive in runs. You need a base stealer, a leading hitter, Bellinger, but he's not a base stealer. Stealer. Okay. All right, Richard. That's a good comment. Bryce, Volpe, 1 hit in his last 37 at-bats. I mean, he should just be a ball boy at this point. How do you really feel, Bryce? Let's hear it. How do you really feel? Wow. JT, who knows? This might be just another Subway Series, World Series. Imagine that storyline. Could you? I can't imagine that. That would be incredible. That would really be incredible.
Maybe not this year, Joe, but I could see it next year, man. These Mets get these new pitchers adjusted, have them a full season. They're looking good. If the Yankees make a big offensive splash, I could see it next year, Joe. I really could.
Okay. Let's see. T-Road has an interesting name. How about William Contreras?
He's not going anywhere.
I know he's not going to go, but we can dream though.
Yeah.
I told you, John Browning, how you doing? I told you, Joe, the Yankees would be explosive. Okay, you're right. Don't yell at me. Victor, it's hard to believe the Yankees do not have a catcher in the minors. That's troubling. Well, they traded them all. What do you want?
They have a couple in like single A or double A, but not in the triple A system right now.
Catcher every level, but
Richard says, Joe, I'm an old man. Will you stop saying that? You're not an old man. You're a young man. There's no old in any category. You're a human being and you're a young man. And if I played Major League Baseball today, I would go 0 for 37 and it'd just be 1 hit behind Volpe. Man, oh man, you guys are doing it. You guys are doing it. Wow. You guys are really harsh on this guy. Jake Boss, Brett Gardner was a great leadoff hitter by seeing a lot of pitches help the guys behind him. Yes. Yep, that's true. Unfortunately, he got a little older. He retired. And then all the problems that he's had in the past 8 months. So our prayers are always with the Gardner family. What a terrific man. So sorry that happened to him. Really, my heart goes out to him so bad. Now, T-Road, you're really looking for it. You are not getting Will Smith. That's for darn sure. That's a dream in its most. No way possible. Most active catches are lefties.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I agree. But all the dominant teams have righty catches. The Mets, the Dodgers, the Padres. Who doesn't? The Red Sox. They all have good right-handed hitters. Katie says, how's everyone? I think everyone's good, Katie. How are you doing? Let's see. Bryce says, Max Fried has a higher average than Volpe. Look at his page for the all-time numbers. Okay.
Oh,
he probably does. Fried was a good hitter.
Yeah. And Mr. Driving, let's see, where is he? Oh, where is he? There he is. Come on. You're going to come up? There you go. No. Why is he not coming up here? Is it? Oh, cruise control. There we are. Blackburn will be DFA'd when Yarborough comes back. Cruise control, first of all, welcome back to the stream. Some reason they really like Blackburn. They see something that they really like. They admitted they're going out of their way to keep this guy because they were going to send him down to De Los Santos, and they didn't. They really want to find there's a niche in here that they like. So I don't know. I'm not sure. About that so fast. They're still. I don't know. I mean, you might be right. I don't know if they'll DFA him or maybe they'll bring him down in the minors. I'm not sure. Hey, Joe, off topic. Do you remember the George Brett Pine Tar incident? Of course I do. I'll never forget the veins were coming out of George Brett when he charged the umpire back in 1983 in an August game. Or actually it was a July game and it finished in August. And guys, if you've never seen that, go to YouTube and go George Brett Pine Tar game. And it was really, really funny. It wasn't funny because of the fact that the Yankees ended up losing the game. But Billy Martin was some smart cookie, boy, I'll tell you. Joe, I know this is a sports show. I tried to watch the Yankee game today, but I didn't. But my mind was on the terrible situation in Minnesota. I hope to God watching over the victims. And yes, 100%, 100%. Things like this happen, and we need something to relax a little bit because it's always, always, always down news, bad news, and all news. So, and I understand that. So our prayers are with everyone. That's really all we could say. I mean, this is to smoothen things out a little bit. You have a bad day, you have an unfortunate death in the family, and you try to relax a little bit. But Richard, everybody's in our prayers. And thank you for bringing that up. That was very, very nice of you. I never worry about asking any question here. Brett's face was so red it beat, I thought he was going to have a stroke. Oh, he went nuts. I never saw anybody go crazy like that. Have you guys, George or Evan, or both of you, seen that?
Yeah.
What did you think about that? Those were the days.
He was wild, Joe. I mean, the pure rage in his face, which was, do we honestly think that had that much of a difference, the pine tar?
No.
Come on. Just because it's just like the part on the bat of where the pine tar is. It's not even, has nothing to do with how hard you hit the ball or how far you do. It just gives you more area space of pine tar.
Yeah, that's what it was. Just that Billy Martin was just very smart, and he overshadowed the umpires. The umpires said, "Yep, it's too much," and Billy knew what he was doing. He was a sly cookie. Cruise Control says lasagna DFA possible. Now I'm agreeing with that, but what concerns me is next year he's going to be the pitcher but the problem is he can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. And he also comes up with this Bird coming back and Ian Hamilton. Bird, yes. Hamilton, I think we've seen the last of.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Hamilton anymore. No, I really, really don't. I would be very, very surprised. Let's see, Joe, you know what I noticed during the series? The Yankee outfield camera was showing the inside of the Nationals pitcher's glove, being able to see what he was going to throw. Oh, really? Okay, maybe you should mention that to the Yanks. Let's see. Guys, did you notice anything like that?
No.
Notice during the season, the Yankee outfield camera was showing the inside of the Nationals pitcher's glove to see what was going to throw. Well, if they were, believe me, they will investigate if they do. I'm a Nettles guy. Still can't stand him. Nettles told Billy about the bat. Nettles brawled with Brett in 78 right in Game 5. Nope. Listen, up until now, and this is true, and I don't know if you guys know it, but George Brett still cannot stand the Yankee brand, the Yankee name. The reason why he doesn't like the Yankees is not the fights, not the pine tar. They, in a trade in the Willie Randolph trade, they got his brother Ken Brett, who happened to be a decent pitcher and a very good hitting pitcher. I think he pitched like 2 games for the Yankees, and they traded him. He never forgave them for that. They never forgave the Yankees for that. Just like Ken Griffey Jr. would never forgive the Yankees for Billy Martin to ask him to leave out of the locker room when he had a players meeting and only the players and no kids allowed. And Ken Griffey Jr. never got over that. JT Realmuto, I would get him, but I at first I was thinking that he's slowing down, but against the Yankees in that series, he hit like crazy. I don't think the Phillies are yet ready. If the Phillies give him up, he'd be a good option. He'd be a good backup option. What do you think, guys, on Realmuto if he becomes a free agent?
I don't think he'll take a backup contract.
Oh, he's getting up in age, though.
He's still putting up good numbers, though, so I don't think he would take a backup. A job, he wouldn't take a contract knowing that he would start as a backup. Maybe down the road he might take it, but not right now.
Yeah. Michael says, I do remember Ken Brett and that he pitched for the Yankees. Yes, he did for just a little while. And George Brett always felt the Yankees were very unfair. Ken Brett did nothing to get traded, but at that point, I honestly don't remember who they got for him, but I do know that he came in the Willie Randolph, George Doc Medich trade. Victor, he was a bum. His brother was a bum, especially the brother Burst. Listen, I was never a big George Brett fan, but I like Ken Brett. I used to like, he used to hit very, very good, So we'll see. Katie says, hey, how are you doing, Joe? I'm doing well, Katie. How you doing? Everything is better. The only thing I was sad about today was the fact I couldn't bring you guys. We couldn't do the play-by-play because of a fire with the cable and with the electric company here in New York. And but Ken from The Ugly Truth was so nice to let us do it there. He promoted us. He put us in it with his name. So kudos to Ken. Thank you so much for what you did for us. It will never be forgotten. You're part of NY Yankee Mania always, 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 always. Thank you. Let's see. Cruz. Where are you? Oh, got that already. Let's see. George Brett and John Smoltz hate the Yankees, hate when Smoltz announces. Well, you know why, Cruz? Smoltz lost in 96. He thought that they were the better team, and somehow they lost 4 in a row to the Yankees. And that's when they were saying, oh, back to the Bronx, you got to go. So he didn't like that too much. And neither did Ted Turner. But that's why he's never forgiven and lost. But nobody told them. I was the first one that said it. When the Yankees got blown out that game 1, when Andrew Jones had 2 homers, Yankees were down like 11-1, and he brought in Mark Wohlers, his closer. That's when I knew that this was going to change, even though they lost game 2. I knew right away Yankees were going to win that series. I never flinched. Even that they were dominated the first 2 games in Yankee Stadium, but they came back and they won. And that's the time. I don't know if you guys know this story. So Joe Torre was passing by. They were leaving to start going to Atlanta, and so Joe Torre sees Mr. Steinbrenner, George Steinbrenner. He goes, "Hey George, what's the matter?" He goes, "What do you mean, what's the matter? We're 2 games down in the World Series, and so what are you asking me that for?" This is a true story. And Joe Torre says, "Boss, what are you worrying about? We're going to win 4 in a row." And he walked away, and like George, and he turned around, he saw Joe, goes, "Guy's nuts. Well, guess what? They won 4 in a row. And then Torrey said, I told you. And that was amazing. That was funny. I mean, to see George at that time so happy and so gleeful, that was incredible. And that is a very, very true story, guys. It was a lot of fun. The Yankees won the 1996 World Series fair and square. Yes, they did. But I think they had a little bit more enthusiasm, a little bit more when they brought in their closer with a 10-run lead. Katie has a question for Evan. Hey, Evan,
Hey.
Hope you're doing well.
Oh, yeah. Doing great. Thanks, Katie.
Let's see. Cruise control. Cone pitched amazing after the aneurysm game 3. Yep. Guys, remember that first game? He came back against the Oakland A's in Oakland, and he threw 7 shutout innings that year. That's when I knew he was back. And you got to give credit to another Yankee that year that stepped up that George Steinbrenner signed, and that was Dwight Gooden. Dwight Gooden came in and he pitched all he did was pitch a no-hitter. He went like 7-3, and every game he kept them close. He didn't have the burning fastball, but he knew how to get guys out, and that was fantastic. So kudos to the sub in Dwight Gooden. Let's see. Let's see. After Game 2, the Yankees won the next 15 World Series games without a loss. Torrey, the greatest. Next Stengel. Well, Torrey, listen. Torrey was very good. I'm not taking that away, but believe it or not, when you put Torrey and Don Zimmer together, you had a mastermind. You could take analytics and burn each and everything about it if you had those two together. They were a mastermind. They knew everything about baseball. They knew where the position players. They knew where to hit and run. They knew everything about everybody. And if Torrey didn't know, he would just turn to his right and say, "Hey Zim, what do you think?" And then you see blah 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 blah, boom, and the decisions they made, you were like, "Why are they bringing this guy in?" Well, now you know, because he got them out. T. Road said those were awesome days. Yeah, guys. If nothing else, I wish you would have seen these teams. Not that I'm fishing for that you get older fast. Just want you to see how wonderful these teams were.
I've seen classics.
Yeah, the classics are great. They are great. Nothing like it. The 1998 Yankees were just ridiculous. The 96 was a team that you had to love. I mean, Joe Torre lost his brother. Who was it? I think there was another Yankee. I don't know if it was Tino or Joe. Well, I think it was Tino Martinez or Scott Bro. Somebody lost another family member towards the World Series. There was so many good story. It wasn't a good story, but there were storylines that were amazing, and it just put the Yankees atop. Joe, I hate to say this, in the end of the truth, look at the record. The Yankees in the 50s to 63 were much better. Well, it was a different time, Richard. I mean, different players, different era. You can't stress that much. I mean, hey, listen, the Yankees just were a ridiculous team. They had the greatest team in the universe.
Yeah, you had better competition. The league play was a lot better past 63 because you also had the steroid era. So you had all those guys who it wasn't a reason that they were doing steroids, but you just had those superstars playing, which really jolted up the league production. And I really like JT's comment that Bernie was a huge part of these World Series teams, man. That dude was clutch. You watch back all the film like I have, because obviously I wasn't alive for any of these titles, but man, you watch back all the stuff. Bernie had some crazy home runs, some crazy big homers. Had the pleasure actually this winter do a nice little interview with the great Bernie Williams. Super nice guy, one of the nicest people you ever meet, and just a great hitter. Really clutch guy, Bernie. You watch his highlights in the postseason. One of the most clutch people you ever see.
No, you're right. You're right. You guys. When was it that you actually were really into every Yankee game and all of that? What years?
For me, about 2000. Well, I started 2011 was when I really started. My first memory was Derek Jeter's 3000th hit home run off of David Price, but I really consistently started watching and getting into it probably 2013, 2014, near Jeter's retirement.
Oh, cool. Okay. How about you, George?
Probably, I started, I believe, postseason 2017, and then my first full season of watching them game in and game out was 2018. And then I fell in love with that 2019 team. Love that team, man.
Oh yeah,
Broke my heart.
the Astros game. Oh,
Ah, and they were cheating too. The stupid buzzer on his chest.
Oh, I have a
Ripped
tattoo, and my wife doesn't like it. She doesn't want anybody to see it. Oh my God! Oh, yeah, okay.
terrible.
How
I
we
still
got
have
away with
remembers.
that? How we got away with that? I still don't understand it.
I forget how old I was. I was like 9 or 10, just watching
That's
Aroldis
crazy.
Chapman with that stupid grin he had on the mound after Altuve hit that, circling his chest,
Yeah.
flashing his jersey up. Oh my gosh, I was on the verge of tears watching that happen. That was rough.
That was a little ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Like I said, Richard, listen, it's a different era, different players. The Yankees just had superior teams no matter what. You're going to put this team to 98, you can say the same thing. The 98 Yankees are better than now, of course. But if they win the World Series, okay, great. But it's a different feel. I mean, you're talking about what? Mickey Mantle, the DiMaggios, the Rizzuto. You know, it's a different feel, a different team here in the 50s.
Joe.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If they win it this year, will it feel the same as the past championships? Better, really? Because this team...
For me, I'll be dancing in the streets.
Listen, Joe, this team has brought us so much heartbreak and so much frustration. So, I mean, this would really put a smile on your face. I feel like they would go on a magical postseason run if they do it, but that would be my first one.
I could see it.
I still got a hole in my heart though from last year.
Well, I do too, but they got in there. But would I feel ecstatic? I'd be going nuts. You don't know. I mean, it would be so satisfying. It really would. After all of the heartache and all of the junk that we all went through with this team, and we stayed by them, and all of a sudden, Austin Wells and Volpe just become, Derek Jeter and Thurman Munson. I mean, my God.
Them.
What?
It's not going to be them who get the big hits. I feel like.
Well, listen,
Grisham's going to do stuff this postseason. I have that kind of feeling.
Well, I think Giancarlo Stanton. I think Cody Bellinger is going to have a big series.
I have a weird feeling about Ryan McMahon having a big series. I don't know why.
Yep.
I just have a weird feeling about that.
Yeah, and that's the way I felt about Scott Brosius. Yeah. Remember, the Yankees got Scott Brosius the year that he only batted 197, and he was the worst. And Cashman got blasted in the papers. Blasted. How did they're going to play a third baseman that had the worst average out of any major league starting player. And what did he do next year? Let me think. 28 home runs, 97 RBIs, won crucial games, hit home runs in the World Series, not to mention what he did in 2001 when everybody thought the games were over. And Tim McCarver goes, I can't believe what I just saw. I just can't believe it. Well, they knew what they were doing. So, I mean, really, I honestly, you want my honest opinion? I would be dancing in the streets. I swear to God, I would be dancing in the streets. And we should have a live camera on that because everybody would be absolutely laughing hysterical, along with the fact that they're going nuts that the Yankees won the World Series. I was at the World Series game. He had 2 home runs. Pretty lucky. Jake Boss, it's not luck. He hit him. He creamed it. He absolutely creamed those balls. I mean, wow, I feel old. I was watching the Yankees in the 80s. Okay, so that doesn't mean anything. So what? So what? You're young. You're as young as you feel. Keep it that way. You got Tony Kubek, Bobby Richardson, Scowen, Elston Howard, Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris. Roger Maris. Listen, Roger Maris or what do you call Aaron Judge? Roger Maris, if you really think about it, except for the 2-3 years, was he a superstar? I don't know. He was okay. He was good.
I could pull up numbers on Roger Maris if you would like.
You can.
See what the career looked like on Maris.
Bill Skowron was good. Elston Howard was excellent. Berra, we know. Mantle, of course. Cleve Boyer was a great third baseman. But those teams I would put up against some other championship Yankee teams. No question about it.
Yeah, Roger Maris, nothing that really jumps off the page at you career-wise. Career average of 260, hit
Right.
275 homers, 1,300 hits. So, I mean, a very respectable career, 100%. But, I mean, nothing legendary by any means. But like you said, the 2 years, or 3 years, I should say, was 60, 61, and 62. Those were the 3 years where he was absolutely dominant. I mean, 61 homers, 141 RBIs, which is absolutely ridiculous. 132 runs, Joe. That's almost unbelievable. And then after that, though, couldn't really mask that. Was always a solid player. But yeah, like you said, it was only those couple years.
Yeah,
of his prime.
but also to be fair, the Yankee teams after 64 were done. They just the CBS or owning them. They never went out of their way. They just let the players age. That was it, and they got ridiculous. They didn't start until Thurman Munson around 69. They drafted Munson, Roy White, Bobby Mercer. That's when the Yankees started. They got Lou Piniella in a trade. But from the years right after Maris, after they lost the World Series in 1964, they went downhill. That was it. That was the last hurrah when they lost to the Cardinals back in 64. They won in 6. They lost in 60 to the Pirates. They won in 61. They won in 62. They didn't get in 63. 64, they lost to the Cardinals. And then the Yankees didn't smell the World Series until 1976. So 64 to 76, they were brutal. They were brutal. I mean, I don't remember all of that because I was really a young tot. But in reading it all, the Blue Jays lead 9-8. Oh, so they took the lead. Oh my God!
Michael Tonkin is in for the Twins, and he just
Michael Tonkin.
Yep.
My God.
What inning?
That's the 8th inning.
Oh wow.
Celia. Hey, how you doing, Celia? Hey, sir. Seriously, hope they win sometime in my lifetime. They will. Come on. I've never seen these guys win a ring before.
History always repeats
itself. It's a miracle for this team to somehow get it done this year. Stranger things have happened, Celia. Stranger things have happened.
We'll see one, guys. Don't worry.
Just hang in there.
We'll see it.
We need the Yankees to sweep the Cheaters Astros. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree with you 1,000,000%.
1,000,000.
I want everybody to remember, don't forget tomorrow morning, man, we have a great show planned for you. Former New York Giants Super Bowl winner Howard Cross will be with us at 8:30 a.m. So get your questions ready. I know we have a lot of Giant fans here. So if you guys, everybody get ready, get your coffee ready, your Lavazza coffee, whatever you drink, and get up. And also Howard Cross is going to be telling us some very good news about his son, who was drafted today, I believe, by the Cincinnati Bengals.
He made the roster.
He made the roster, like one of the last players. So he's going to be excited to talk about that, and let's rah-rah him and his son. And it's going to be a great interview talking about a Super Bowl champion, man. That is super. I'm looking forward to it. My first like non-baseball athlete interview in a while, so I'm looking forward to that. Evan is going to be with me with it, so it should be, and he's a big Giant fan, so that's going to help out a lot. So I'll keep my mouth shut that I'm not a Giant fan because I want to be grateful. When you don't you say it because you'll make him mad and he'll leave the pro. No, I'm just kidding.
But you don't know how badly I want to beat the Cowboys this year.
And the other thing also, everyone, at 2:00 we have a former pitcher of the Yankees, Sean Chacon, who had a couple of very good years with the Yankees, and he also pitched for the Colorado Rockies, and he is the manager of the Trenton Thunder. So we're gonna ask him a few really good questions about major leagues and what he's doing and how do you decipher from the two leagues? And we have a lot of interesting questions to ask him too. There's a lot going on tomorrow again, so we'll have that. You have your pregame, you'll have your postgame, some things in between. We'll see what happens. But the 8:30 in the morning is, of course, the start of coffee, bagels, you name it. But please get your questions ready and show your support for the New York Giants and, of course, Super Bowl champion Howard Cross. So just wanted to let you know. And that's courtesy of Nitin and his team. Nitin also booked Kyle Farnsworth, also booked Sean Chacon, and the list goes on and on. So there's a lot going on here, guys. We want to see you in the morning. Get up, go to sleep a little bit earlier tonight, and let's have a lot of spunk for that. Also, pretty soon you will hear George do play-by-play here. Unfortunately, it would have been tonight, but we know what happened with the signal and all of that. But George, we really are looking forward to hearing your play-by-play. Hopefully, it'll be in the next few days. And I do know you have a special game. Do you have a special game to call this weekend?
No, it's just week. I do. I call every game for the high school, but it just starts up this week.
I know Ben from the pod there, Sports Pod, he has a special game. Matter of fact, let's wish him well. He's really under the weather right now. He would have liked to come on tonight, but he was not feeling well. But he's got a big cast on Friday. So and George and Evan, we're going to talk about the rest of the weekend as far as bringing NY Yankee Mania some important games that we need for the Yankees. Are you guys up for the task?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, a few more round things, guys. So Red Sox are hot. I mean, all right, they beat the Orioles. The Orioles pitching is not that great. What do you see from the Orioles now? Is that a bigger threat to you than maybe the Tigers or the Blue Jays? Who do you think is the 1, 2, 3 threats to the Yankees at this point? I mean, in the playoffs now. I'm not talking about making the playoffs. Who's the number one team you fear right now?
Probably Toronto.
Toronto over the Red Sox, really?
Yeah, better put together team Toronto. Both of them have dominated us, but Toronto's a better team overall. I don't want to face that rotation.
Well, supposing we have the last wild card, for argument's sake, and you got to play the Red Sox one game. Who is your pitcher for the Yankees?
Probably Fried.
Fried with that lineup, yeah. Okay. How about it, Evan? With you?
Well, first of all, I would say that the Red Sox are just a little bit of a bigger threat just because we can't beat them. I mean, we know we can't beat the Blue Jays either, but at least with the Red Sox, we know we can't win at Fenway at all. And then I would put Toronto, and then I would put Seattle. But Seattle is scary. Watch out for Seattle. The one pitcher that I would feel confident in, yeah, I would probably go Max Fried, but that could change.
I know. So your second pitcher, who would you trust?
Rodon.
Yeah,
Rodon? How about you, George?
Rodon, 100%.
Okay. Yeah, that's the way I feel. But I would, and so let's dissect it a little bit. So if they play the Red Sox, the one game, their number one starter, of course, is going to be Crochet against Fried.
Mm-hmm.
If we play the Tigers, it'll be Skubal, right?
Skubal, yeah.
Against Fried. If we play the Blue Jays, which one of those guys would get the number one nod?
Ooh. I mean,
would it be
maybe
Grossman or Gottman? I mean,
Gosman for the Jays. I mean, it's obvious for Detroit.
Yeah, Skubal, yeah.
Probably Gosman.
Yeah, that's what I think, and I think the Yankees would have I think they would have a definite shot. Michael, hey Joe, how did you become a Cowboy fan? Very, very simple. Fair story. Every Thanksgiving with my rest in peace, my uncle and the family. We used to watch the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. And when we were ready to eat, the Cowboy game was just ready to start. And he would go, "Okay, nephew, you're going to be watching a really good team here. And I want you to really dissect this team. I think you're going to like them. A Yankee fan is a Cowboy fan in my book." And that's how, and little by little, that's how I got started. And I saw some great teams, and I saw some not so bad teams. So it was great. And my biggest thrill was when I was covering for WMCA radio in New York City. I went to a few Cowboy Giant games and Cowboy Jet games, and that was a thrill of my life. Aside from being in with the Yankees. But being in the Cowboy locker room was an absolute thrill for me. So that's the story. If you can blame Thanksgiving night for that, so that is my little story to tell. T-Road, Joe, 1977 and 78, they beat the Dodgers World Series. How do you compare that team? That team was clutch. Everybody on that team was clutch, including the backups. Willie Randolph went down. Brian Doyle came on, batted .400 in the World Series. Bucky Dent was okay. He was feeling good. He batted .423 in the World Series. They had Thurman Munson behind the plate. They had Lou Piniella in the outfield, Mickey Rivers, Reggie Jackson, Chris Chambliss. The list goes on and on. Gary Thomason. They had all good players that can run, that could steal, that could do anything and everything. They were amazing. The 77-78 Yankees were one of the clutchest teams I ever saw. Now, they may not have been the best team because the best team, aside from 98, was the 75 Cincinnati Reds. That, to me, was the greatest team I saw in person. They were just ridiculous. With Pete Rose and Johnny Benz and Tony Perez and Joe Morgan and Concepcion and Geronimo and Griffey, it was just ridiculous. They didn't have the greatest pitching, but they got enough. They had enough. They had the Don Gullett, who became a Yankee, who had a great year with the Yankees, and then he hurt his arm, and he was it. Unfortunately, he just recently passed away. But they did have some good pitching. And, of course, they had Soto in the bullpen. They had a lot of people in the bullpen. So the Dodger team was the most complete team. But the 98 team of the Yankees was the most dominant because of their pitching. They had great pitching. Let's go to Chef Nick.
What's up, Chef Nick?
Hey, Joe, sorry I couldn't make it tonight.
Yeah.
Something came up. I'm good for tomorrow morning. Okay, great. No problem, Chef. I really appreciate it. Don't worry about it. Business and everything comes first. Let's see. Blue Jays win, according to John
Yes.
K. Victor. The 1927 Roots, 60 homers, 165 RBIs. Gehrig, 47 homers, 173 RBIs. Combined 107, 336 RBIs.
God.
I don't know if we'll ever see that again.
No.
You might have had a chance with Soto and Judge, but I don't think so anymore, obviously. But really, I mean, that was unbelievable. That's the one thing I would, if I had to turn back the clock, I would love to see Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig in one live game. I've seen so many films and everything, but it's not the same. We would have seen this guy, you'd forget about all the stuff that goes on today. I mean, they were just ridiculously good, each and every one of them. And if you haven't seen Babe Ruth hit and play, you would not believe. And loved the kids. Absolutely loved kids. Gehrig was very, very quiet. I read a really big story about him. He was excellent, but he was very, very quiet man. He never was the rah-rah like, well, we know Babe Ruth. Forget about it. He would wake up anybody. So Chef Nick says you guys are rocking and rolling. Michael again. For some reason, a lot of people around my age root for the Yankees, also root for the Cowboys, but I root for the Giants. All right, Michael, you make a mistake here and there, but it's okay. We still love you because you're a Yankee fan. That's all that matters. That's it. That's good enough for me. What do you say, guys? Guys, let me ask you. I think, Evan, I know you're a Giant fan. What about Mr. Guy below here? What kind of fan are you?
Jeff fan.
Oh, my God. No wonder why he's a Yankee fan. I mean, I'm just kidding. How do you take all those years, man?
I know.
That's a very good question, Joe.
Well, look at it this way. If you when they're in last place, turn the newspaper around and you're in first place. Magic. You
Jets
got
will be fine
magic.
this year.
What?
They'll be all right. Jets will be all right this year. I think they have a good coach now.
Yeah, but they say that every year.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson with being
No,
optimistic.
I seriously think they do now. Like this might be not
Fields
the best year,
isn't
but
blowing me away with his arm.
A step above.
Yeah, and you know what? George is very, very happy with before week 1 because everybody's in first place.
That's true.
Right? I mean, you can't beat that. That's the best. You can't say that you're not in first place because you are. All right, Joe, trivia. In my opinion, I saw the greatest picture in my lifetime. Nothing out there composes to was only for 5 years. Who was he? Joe, okay. I saw the greatest picture of my lifetime. Nothing out there they compose. Well, you got to be talking about either Koufax or Drysdale. That's the only thing I can think of.
No Jacob DeGrom.
Is that who you're thinking of, Richard? What?
No Jacob DeGrom love, Joe?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know
if we're talking just by primes, I'm either taking probably like Tim Lincecum, maybe Pedro Martinez, Jacob DeGrom. That's probably who I'm thinking in terms of prime.
Oh, Richard, let us know. Joe, you are brilliant. Ha ha. It was Sandy Koufax. Joe, look at the record for those 5 years with the Dodgers. Go ahead, George. You're the master of
records. Don't matter.
Well, just look at it. Well, it does.
I'm on
matter.
DeGrom's page right now, who's my pick for the best prime of all time. I mean, an ERA of 1.70. Can we 217 innings pitched? Just one of the most dominant seasons I've ever seen by far, man. And he went 10-9 that season, which just shows you that wins and losses don't really matter. Followed that up a 2.43, followed that up with a 2.38, followed that up with a 1.08. I mean, you can't get better than Jacob deGrom.
Okay, go to Koufax.
So Koufax's years, let me pull them up. So we're looking for his prime, which were the last 5 or 6 years of his career. Looking at ERAs of starting in 1961, 3.2, 3.52, 2.54, 1.88, 1.74, 2.0804, 1.73. Very good stuff. Consistently going over 330 innings pitched.
Oh.
Consistently getting over 300 strikeouts. Even hit 382. Just next level stuff right here.
Okay. Then do you agree with Richard or do you agree with yourself?
I don't know. DeGrom, I didn't see Koufax though. That's the thing.
Well,
I
yeah,
saw
I know, but
DeGrom
that's what
actually,
Richard's saying. It was the five that he saw, and he wanted an opinion. So I mean, right away, I thought, I mean, if Koufax was healthy, he would have been the greatest pitcher of all time. Now
best
the
5 year
great
Koufax, best 1 year I'll give to DeGrom.
DeGrom did it a couple of years, but
Not as much as Koufax. Not as many years.
right. But my greatest pitcher that I saw in my lifetime was Ron Guidry. Nobody was better than him. For a little guy, he was what? I don't know, 5'8", 5'9", whatever he was, skinny as a rail. He threw, at that point they never said really how much they just said they throw hard. You'd have no idea, how long. Well, Bob Gibson was great too. I'm saying as a lefty. I'm not saying a righty or lefty. I'm saying as a lefty that I saw is Ron Guidry. That's my opinion. Louisiana Lightning. Nolan Ryan maybe from the right side, but he doesn't. He has does he really have the numbers to back him up? He was always nearer to a 500 pitcher. That was the problem with Nolan Ryan. I mean, he was great, and he didn't have a lot of run support for some reason. But he had all the no hitters. We understand that. So, But listen, you can't go wrong with any of those pitches. You really could. You can't. Guidry, 1978, was 25-3, 1.78 ERA. That was the greatest season to me I ever saw. Nobody was better. I mean, Dwight Gooden was close. He had a great year, but Ron Guidry was. Ron Guidry, there was one guy where he would have went 25-1. 25-1. There's one guy that killed him, and that was the guy by the name of Larry Parrish of the Texas Rangers. Beat him 2 games in the late innings.
What about some love for Vita Blue?
Vita Blue had some pretty good years, but then he went
I know.
down.
If we're talking peak Vita Blue, throw Tim Lincecum come into that category.
Yeah. I mean, there were so many people. I mean, we're not even thinking about. Joe, I've seen Guidry as well. I agree. Guidry was special. I was at that game that he struck out 18 Angels. And believe me when I tell you, they were walking back to the dugout, scratching their heads. They were just dumbfounded. He had a breaking pitch that was just ridiculous. Sort of like Bert Blyleven. Bert Blyleven happened to be a very, very good pitcher too. Victor's saying Lefty Gomez. Yeah, he was another one. But we're talking about and listen, guys, don't forget about Tom Seaver. Tom Seaver was another. He didn't get run support. Tom Seaver should have won at least 35 more games.
Jerry Kuzman, good pitcher too.
Yeah, but he's not in the
definitely
great guy, great pitcher, good pitcher, but he's not in the league of Tom Seaver. Seaver was just ridiculous. nasty. That stuff was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, there are a lot of guys. We can go over this till 3:00 in the morning. There's no problem with that. I think his 3 losses that season were pitchers named Mike. Yes, you're right about that. Yes, but Larry Parrish was just a pain in the butt. Dwight Gooden hadn't and he got the hook for substance would have been the greatest. Yeah, it's possible. The problem is when he came back, after subpar seasons, came back to the Yankees, his fastball was only 91. Maybe he topped 92, but he knew how to pitch, and that's why he was successful with the Yankees. John Ferrazzo agrees with me. Tom Seaver. John, do you pick Tom Seaver in a game over Ron Guidry? Head to head. If you had to take a picture, 1, 2, 3, who would it be? Who would you guys pick? What about nowadays? Let's go with the people young in the group here. The pitcher you would have for Game 7. You want the World Series. Who do you want on the mound from what you've seen? George, you.
First names that come into my mind, if we're talking playoff performance, Madison Bumgarner is definitely in my mind. That dude turned into a different person when the lights got bright. I'm also considering Andy Pettitte, just in the same route for guys who just channeled something else when they hit the postseason stride. But if we're talking best pitchers all time, obviously Sandy Koufax, who's also someone who did it in the World Series, who pitched at that level. So that's probably my 3 I'm choosing between. Probably Pettitte. Mad Bum is probably my go-to just because of how, it just was pure domination, Joe. In those rings that they won in the 2010s, the Giants, Madison Bumgarner was absolutely different when the lights got bright. And also Sandy Koufax. I mean, what he did in the regular season, he did at another level in the postseason with the Dodgers. So those are my guys.
Okay, Evan? Good picks.
Yankee.
Yeah, well, definitely Andy Pettitte for sure. Koufax, yeah. This might be an interesting one. Well, yeah, I agree with George on the guy from the Bumgarner. Yeah, and I would also pick Clayton Kershaw.
For the postseason?
Yeah.
No
really?
Way.
I would do it.
Maybe if I'm on the other side, I want Clayton Kershaw pitching
Yeah,
to
really.
the World Series.
I don't know,
right.
guys.
I mean, he's entitled. That's what he.
That's true.
That's what he
I mean,
likes.
if we didn't even bring up Kershaw's name, surprisingly, when we were talking about pure domination seasons.
Yeah.
His MVP year was out of this world, Clayton Kershaw.
Roger Clemens, Sean, was very good, but he was hittable in the postseason. He was hittable, let's face it, especially if he had to face the Red Sox. Although he dominated the Mariners in a couple of series, and Cleveland, I believe. John Ferrazzo says Bob Gibson. Yeah, he was intimidating. He was a great pitcher. Yeah, there's no question. David Cohn, he had his moments, no question about it. He was Mr. Hired Gun. How many at July 31st, how many times he get traded? Thank God he came to the Yankees and stayed here from 95 to 2002. So that was amazing. El Duque was great in the playoffs. But, these are names you only Yankee fans, kind of would remember. And maybe the teams that he beat. But I'll never forget, I was at the game where he threw his glove to Tino Martinez and got the guy out at first base.
And the ball got stuck.
That was the smartest and the funniest play I think I've ever – well, no. Actually, the craziest and funniest thing I've ever seen in my life on a baseball field was Steve Hamilton, the left-handed pitcher from the Yankees. He used to throw what they called the Flolly floater. And he would get ready to pitch fast, and then he would stop, and he'd throw the ball up in the air. And they think they could swing, and they always missed it. Well, There were two Cleveland Indians. I'm trying to remember the guys' names. And they were so embarrassed, they actually crawled to the dugout. It was the funniest thing you ever saw in your life. Now, also, Dave LaRoche, he had a pitch like that in the 80s, and it was called La Lob. It wasn't as pertinent, but Hamilton was the funny. You guys, if you haven't seen it, go on YouTube and go Steve Hamilton Flolly Floater. And I guarantee all you're going to do is laugh, laugh, laugh. One was Tony Horton. Thank you, Michael. Yes, Tony Horton of the Tigers. Very, very good. Bob Gibson was the reason they lowered the pitching mound in the late 60s. That's good, too. That's good, too. Great show, everyone. This is awesome. David Wells would ride his motorcycle to Yankee Stadium. Yes, he would. Yes, he did. No question about that. And that's fun. Victor, outside the Yankees, Oral Hershiser. There's another guy, guys. Jack Morris, Dave Stewart, Tim Wakefield, rest in peace. Yes, all those guys were good. But Tim Wakefield, unfortunately, is going to always be remembered for the home run or for that Aaron Boone hit. But aside from that, he was a crazy good pitcher. No question in my mind. Derek Cole, you guys forgot when he wasn't on the Yankees, he was dominant. Yeah. Cole was. Yes. I got to say Garrett Cole was very, very good also. Hey, sweet baby Jesus, how you doing? Like the like button and wow, I like this guy. How you doing? So that must mean that you just subbed too, or you did already. I think you did already. I thought I saw your name. Thank you, sweet baby Jesus. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Well, guys, we've been talking away over here, and it's an hour and 32 minutes. We got a big show tomorrow, everyone. So we got to get ready for this big show. Wanted to ask, Evan, are you ready for this interview with a big Super Bowl champion?
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to this interview with Howard Cross tomorrow. Obviously, Super Bowl champion with the Giants and played with Lawrence Taylor. So yeah, really excited.
That's great. Okay, final thoughts, Evan. We'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, good conversations tonight. It's fun to kind of have a blast in the past episode, but Anthony Volpe got to get it together. 0 for 4 yesterday, 0 for 5 today. Not good. Needs to make adjustments. I don't know if he's just lost. I don't know if the hitting coaches are just I have no idea what to do with it at this point. Maybe the front office is telling him different things or spreading different information, but there's got to be some more clarity there. But as far as the positives go, I mean, Ben Rice, Giancarlo Stanton, hopefully Aaron Judge gets it back together soon. More consistency there. Starting pitching has looked good. Bullpen recently has looked good too. So overall, a good amount of positives for the Yankees in this series. They have to keep it going, have to keep it consistent. Let's just keep winning, guys. I mean, before the schedule gets even tougher, yeah, the Red Sox keep making pace with us right now, but we just have to handle our business and try our best. So let's go Yankees.
Before we go to George, somebody just brought out, John brought out, we can't forget Jim Palmer. There's another incredible pitcher, along with Mike Cuellar. These were and Dave McNally. That was the greatest five I've ever seen. They all won 20 games. So that was in 1970. So that was probably the best that I remember. So that was fantastic. So that was another one. But and of course Mariano and Raleigh Fingers, the two greatest closers I've ever seen. But that's another day, guys. We'll talk about closers next on our next segment. But George, your final thoughts?
My final thoughts, man. I mean, we got so deep into pitching. It was a great end of the show. But going into this White Sox series, let's carry it on. Let's see the offense hit. Let's keep going, Joe. Let's keep mowing down players. Let's give Cabby some starts at shortstop. That's what I really want to see. Give Jose Caballero some starts at shortstop. I really want to see him in the lineup a few times, maybe even 3 out of the 4 games. If Volpe's not going to give you anything, and I mean anything with the bat, I like the upside with Cabby. If he gets on base, it's a double automatically because of his feet. So that's why I like that. His defense is solid at second. It's obviously better than Volpe's. His bat, probably right now at the moment, is better than Volpe's. So I want to see Cabby out there. I want to see him get a chance. But man, a very good series against the Nationals. Our pitchers pitched very well. Fried looks like he put that bad spell behind him, which is phenomenal to see. That was a huge concern of mine going into this Boston and this Washington series. But the past 2 starts, Fried has looked very good, Joe, which is very promising to see. I mean, people go through it, man. It's a long season with baseball, a very long season. Nobody's perfect. You're bound to slip up here and there. He slipped up for a very long time, but he really tightened down his game, which was huge to see. And I'm just excited for it, man. We're gonna see Cam this White Sox series. For me now, it's always a good day when I'm gonna see Cam Schlidler pitch. This kid is so exciting to watch. His stuff is electric. He's a smart pitcher. Really excited to see the development, and I want to see this guy absolutely carve up these White Sox hitters. That's what I got on this one, and let's go Yankees.
Well, thank you for that. And like I said, everyone, this was a great show. Thank you for being here. And we want to just thank Nitin for all his efforts and everything that he's done for the show and bringing Howard Cross to us tomorrow, along with Sean Chacon. And then, of course, over the weekend on Sunday, Kyle Farnsworth. So there's a lot to do, but this was a nice, almost an hour, 40-minute stream. We are very excited for the next few days. There's a lot of things going on. I'm just so glad we were able to do this stream, and we got everything back to normal. So thank you so much, everyone. We also wish Nitin a happy trip. He goes tomorrow away for a few days. He deserves it. And we're going to miss him. And he promises that he's going to be on some streams. We love him. And he's the best. He's absolutely the best. And, I can't say much more than that. And Ken, the ugly truth, for what he did for us today will not be forgotten, will always be remembered as the big pinch hitter. And he was the best. And he is the best. So thank you, everyone. We will talk about everything tomorrow morning. We got to eat our Wheaties and get ready for a big stream. I want to thank everybody from Celia to Yankee Girl to Victor, Jose to T-Road to Joseph, who's ever I'm missing. Believe me, I love all of you. Good night, everyone. God bless you all. God bless America. Let's go Yankees, and let's have a great show. Come back to us tomorrow morning for the Super Bowl champion Howard Cross. Good night, everyone.